Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to Uncle Red's channel. Jack Maddalena is facing Islam Makhachev for the UFC Welterweight Championship, and today I'm going to break down his striking, his grappling defense from his recent fight with Islam's former teammate and training partner Belal Muhammad, and figuring out how legit is JDM. Let's get that posture up and let's get serious. Okay, my drum's at home. That's why we're skipping that. But first, we got Prize Picks. Prize Picks, so simple. Go to the App Store, download Prize Picks. You can pick more or less on your favorite players in the NBA, NHL, UFC, boxing, soccer for a chance to win 100 times your money. It's available in states like Texas, California, and 30 more, plus Canada. Right now, it's a great time to play. If you use code TIMBO, Prize Picks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's Prize Picks, code TIMBO. We have the great JDM, Jack Maddalena. Now, JDM, he was born in 1996. He's a real young buck. His real name is Giacomo. Again, his name is Giacomo, nicknamed Jack. He is a former rugby player. Okay, he started playing rugby from year 6 to 12. He started playing rugby. Due to the influence of his older brother, Josh, he joined a boxing gym at age 14 to stay in shape for rugby. Ended up falling in love with the sport, ended his rugby career, and he transitioned to full-time MMA training. Jack Maddalena is on a serious streak. 18 wins with 2 losses. He ended up losing his first 2 professional fights. You train all this time, you do all this stuff. He won 2 amateur fights, went pro, lost his first 2. Now, most people would give it up after that, but ever since then, he's won 18 straight fights. He hasn't lost since October 15th, 2016. First fight I saw him, it was when he fought that Basil Havziv kid in the Apex Center. He fought that real Jack guy. Jack guy was exploding into doubles. Jack Maddalena would grab a guillotine, fall to his back. The guy would pass his guard with ease multiple times. And I was like, oh gosh. That's not going to fly. But he quickly improved his grappling. He got with Craig Jones, and he improved his grappling big time. He ended up going on a good little win streak here. So he took out Kevin Holland, close fight, split decision. He took out Gilbert Burns at UFC 299 with that absolutely beautiful performance. And then he got a title shot. He got a title shot off that. Belal Muhammad, the great Belal Muhammad. And let's take a peek at that fight and see if anything sticks out in that fight and anything that I think Islam and them can capitalize. Okay, here we go. Belal Muhammad, I was almost positive Belal was going to take this guy down, come pressure him, take him down over and over and over. But I think something about Jack's stance, he makes it hard for you to shoot on him. He has this nice hard high guard. He's moving like a boxer all the time. He doesn't really down block hard with his arms. He blocks his takedowns with his forearms, changes levels with it. He's one of the best with mixing it up. He's primarily orthodox, switches his stances, but he's so good at kicking the legs, kicking to the body, punching to the body, punching and then kicking. He's one of the best at mixing it up. Now, he's got a really bent beak on him. He's got a really broke nose. You can tell he's been through a lot of wars. After fighting, he'll probably tighten that nose up and straighten her out a bit. But until then, that thing is ready to go through more hell here. So let's see how he does it. He's not very super explosive and fast twitch. He's just fundamentally solid. He's got just some of the best defense. And defense with the 4-ounce gloves, a boxing defense with the 4-ounce gloves is hard, but he keeps his shoulders high and always protecting his chin. He's got a great jab. And again, these guys that aren't super fast twitch, they're good when it comes to 5 rounds because they're not explosive, not exploding and running out of energy so quick. So here we go. Let's see here. The whole first round, I remember I think Belal was trying to a little bit prove a point in this fight also, that he can stand up and he can box with these guys. And it ended up costing him the belt. Again, I even tell some of my soldiers to watch Jack Maddalena, watch his defense, the way he moves. And when he's moving, he's not sitting there flat-footed. He's bouncing out. He's bouncing to the side. Now he's southpaw. You never can get a real good read and a good entry on his legs. So this whole first round, they kind of go tit for tat. I want to see some of the grappling sequences here and where I think Islam's going to come out and stand with him for probably 2-3 minutes, and then he's going to be shooting on his legs, diving on his legs, trying to get on top, half guard, like he usually does. Again, his dukes, and I always tell guys, you should always try to master one stance before you start moving into other stance. And Jack Maddalena, because anyone can go in the mirror and shadow box southpaw, but the defense, when you're southpaw, when someone's offensive on you and they're swinging on you, your defense isn't quite as tight and your footwork isn't quite as tight. But Jack Maddalena is a prime example of how you can switch your stance properly. So it's already round 2. We didn't get in any wrestling scrambles. Here's one. Here's one. We got round 2. Let's watch how he shuts this down. Let's see what Belal does. Southpaw, and this is where just like Islam when he fought Dustin Poirier, he loves to get into that high crotch. So Belal shoots, big right hand, head outside double, classic setup. And look at the forearm. The forearm is the key here. Watch round 2, 130. Watch Jack's forearm. He's got this forearm so he can make space and he has room to pummel. Belal's driving into him. He's got that right forearm and he's able to cut it all the way back to a rear underhook. He goes switch, pops right back up, doesn't accept the takedown, punches, and then just moves off the fence. Beautiful takedown defense there. Jack Maddalena, he is a real welterweight. He probably walks around 195, 200 pounds. He's a real welterweight for sure. Again, always feinting. Sometimes when he's throwing his punches, he's not throwing them to hit you. He's throwing them just to blind you, to set up something else. Always at his range. He's really good at punching at the end of his punches. Here we go. We'll move on to round 3 here. End of the round 3. You know the corner's probably calling for a takedown. Belal gets him on the fence. Punches first. Elbow, tries to dive into a double. Automatically Jack. Watch him with his right arm. Got good wrist control, cross grip, wrist control. 2-on-1. If you get 2-on-1, it's going to be hard for someone to finish the takedown. Goes 2-on-1, and he cuts the right arm back to the far armpit. Some classic defense there. Uses the underhook, circles off the fence, goes to a double leg of his own. That's the end of round 3. Round 3, good scram. So now we're deep into round 4. Let's see how Belal gets him pinned on the wall here. Belal's throwing juicers, uppercuts, ends up getting into a good shot here. High crotch, head outside high crotch. Jack doesn't accept the takedown, makes his leg really heavy. Swinging back, still on the balls of his feet, not planting his feet. Ball goes over unders here, pins him on the wall. See his defense. Ball's head inside, but still Jack's got that left arm. So look at, he's going 2-on-1. He's going 2-on-1 again. Anytime he's going to be able to cut that left arm back to the far armpit and get off. Threatening the power guillotine, but keeping that forearm in front of his neck. Okay, so here Belal finishes. Belal finishes, and this is where Islam is going to give him a lot of problems if he gets in this position here. The guys that have been grappling their whole life and their grip is so strong, and you can't tell how strong their grip is until you go with them. It's hard to mimic that strength. So he goes kind of for a judo throw here to get Belal to let go. He's done this in the past. He goes to a judo throw to get for him to let go. Belal doesn't let go, switches his head. Still hands behind the armpits when they're on the feet. Reaches back to whizzer, pummels underneath. Tell he's a strong guy right there. Belal's overpowered Leon Edwards. He's overpowered many guys in that position. Jack's keeping it tight. Active in the over-unders. Body shots. Good head position. Ball goes over-under. Keeping his underhook. Keeping his head low. Tight with his guard. Now he circles off. Circles off. Southpaw. When he gets cracked and he's not sure, he just floats right out of range. So again, that 2-on-1 against the wall is going to be a big key on Jack Maddalena. Having two hands on one, building up on the fence. So there's a good shot. Look at the shot by Belal Muhammad. Shoots head outside into a deep double. But look at the left underhook. Jack's left underhook. He's meeting him with the hips. He's meeting him with the hips, getting the left underhook and jacking it up. Ends up in over-under position. Stuffs the takedown beautifully. Round 4, 50 seconds. The key for Jack, too, I think he's going to be punching to the body a lot. Punch into the body a lot. Okay, so here. Goes over-under. Belal switches it around. Kind of dives into almost like this high dive position here. Ends up getting to the back. But again, look at look at Jack's left arm. Jack's left arm's inside, and he's going to be able to cut it back whenever he's ready. Hips are in, 30 seconds left. There we go. Now he goes for that same judo throw, and it forces Belal to let go. So this is nice. It's almost like he can grab the gloves because the ref can't see it here almost. Steps in front of him, tries to judo toss him, and watch it. Forces Belal to let go with his left hand. Separates and gets off the wall. That's a nice, sweet little tactic he does. So we're into round 5. But Jack's still coming out there springy on the balls of his feet. Watch him pop in, pop out on the balls of his feet. Springy when he needs to. Good motion in the open with his shoulders, changing levels, showing his shoulders, ducking. Switching stances, left and right. You put someone in front of you who's bouncing left and then bouncing right and try to time a takedown on them, it's real hard. But again, to be able to bounce left and right for 25 minutes is not realistic. Belal putting the pressure on him here and then feinting the knee. So as soon as he hits the fence, you can tell. When someone's pinned on the fence, it's a good time for you to shoot. But watch Jack, what he does. Feints the knee and then circles. Feints the left knee. Boom. Pushes off it. Circles off the fence. It's going to be another key with Islam. 4 minutes left in round 1. Watch him still springy. Watch him punch, bounce out, punch, bounce out. Constantly moving. Constantly moving so Belal can't shoot under his punches. Beautiful footwork here. Okay, look at this shot. Look at this shot. This is a perfect timing shot by Belal. Southpaw. He goes head inside to the power side. And he turns the corner here. Turns the corner. He hits his knee, turns the corner, and ends up finishing the takedown. But look at this. Is this Craig Jones type of stuff right here. This is almost like octopus guard. Belal keeps his hips high, ends up here in half guard. Now this is a position where Belal, Islam love to be. They love to be here. Half guard, you got the bottom leg trap, and you got a far underhook. Watch how Jack Maddalena gets out of this. So he's breaking the posture right now. Breaking the posture so he doesn't get damaged. On top, and I thought the rest of the round's going to probably end up right here. Because Jack's not really looking for his underhook, but this is where he goes for this sweep called the John Wayne sweep. Really, really sweet. When people are on top of you, stalling on you in half guard. Doing a good job not getting damaged, though. Keeping his hands inside. Keeping the posture down. That's it right there. So look, his feet go on the outside. Watch Jack's right frame. Half guard right frame. He pushes off the mat with his hips. Both feet are pushing off the mat, bumping his hips. Forces Belal with his right arm. To press out. To post out to stop himself from getting swept. And then Jack uses his right arm to stiff arm. Right arm to stiff arm right here. And hits a technical stand-up into a high crotch and gets up. That was beautiful, and that's going to be a big key against Islam Makhachev. Doing that right away. The John Wayne sweep, force him to post and making space to get up. I'm sure Habib and those guys are preparing for that, and there's ways in half guard to shut down that John Wayne sweep, but that's going to be one of his tactics for sure, to get up and make some space. That was a huge moment, though. A huge moment. If you guys are into jiu-jitsu or into MMA, go ahead, just go onto YouTube after this and check it out. Called the John Wayne sweep. Here we go. We got Chug yelling coming up the stairs. Yo, come here real quick. Check out this John Wayne sweep. So he's getting stuck in half guard. Gets that bottom frame in. Pushes off both legs. Boom. Stiff arms. All the way up to high crotch and get up. Late in the 5th. That damn beautiful. Belal's putting on the pressure. But still, Jack's not sitting there flat-footed. He's in such good shape. Look at him bounce out like that. Look at him on the balls of his feet. Pops him. Bounces out. Pops him again. That's going to be another key. Look at this. How beautiful it is. Boom, boom, zoop, boom. It's just nasty. On the balls of his feet, you got to be in serious shape to be doing this for 25 minutes. Now he's stalking Belal. Stalking Belal. Boop, boop. On the balls of the seat, popping in, popping out. Yo, he's pinning him on the fence, pinning him on the fence. Juicers to the gut. Over-unders here. Over-unders, you got to be aware, especially with someone like Islam. Boom, goes big lat drop. So he goes knee pick, and that's a good counter to the knee pick. A good counter to the knee pick is clamping on that overhook and going lat drop, and Belal does it beautifully. Whoop, throws him over his shoulder. Jack doesn't accept it. Wrestles up. Ends up on bottom with his bottom butterfly kind of knee shield position. 1 minute left. Trying to invert and go under the legs. Now, this is something you're not really going to want to do with Islam. Islam's going to pinch his knees, end up on top, and he's going to really beat on you. Pops up, right arm inside. Right arm inside, ready to pull it back to the underhook whenever he's ready. Again to his judo. Again to his judo throw. His judo throw forces him to let go of the grip. Watch. Boom. There's a judo throw. Forces him to let go with that right hand. And now he's back up. These are going to be some of the tricks that Jack is going to need to use. That judo throw to let go. The John Wayne sweep from bottom. Creating funky jiu-jitsu scrambles to get up. The classic wrestling scramble is not going to work against Islam. Islam is going against wrestlers, some of the best wrestlers, every single day. When people wrestle up on Islam, he's going to Darce choke you. So you can't go to the classic underhook to get up. You're going to have to do some funky Craig Jones, octopus guard, going underneath him with a jiu-jitsu guard to get up. That's going to be Jack Maddalena's key to victory, and also his footwork, being on the balls of his feet, popping him back out to range, not overcommitting, trying to knock him out, where he's going to get into Islam shooting on him. But boys and girls, hope you enjoyed that video. Hit that like and subscribe button. Comment your thoughts below, what you think's going to happen. Jack Maddalena is legit, and he's a real welterweight, and I'm fired up. UFC going down November 15th in Madison Square Garden. Let's go, baby.